Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Rush to Judgment with Jessica, and I'm Jessica. Hi, Bo. Hi, Bo. What's up? What's up? How is everybody? Everybody doing okay? Everybody doing well? Everybody's doing fantabulous, fantastic, and wonderful. Well, I hope you are, because it's Sunday. It's Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. It is a holiday here. So once again, we are off tomorrow. And do not get me wrong. I love another off day. It is great. It is wonderful. It is just fantastic. And we are off again with the children. But, God blessed us with the children. He did. So, we will take that. So, anywho, if you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, thank you for returning. I appreciate that. And if you are returning but you haven't subscribed, why not? If you're new here, please subscribe. Please like the video, comment on the video, but most definitely like the video. Those likes and subscribes get the video out there in the algorithm of the YouTubes, and it gets more action. The more likes and subscribes that I get, and the more views that I get, and the closer that gets me to being monetized, which means the closer I get to getting some money for sitting here and talking to you, which is exactly what I would like to be getting, is getting paid to do the things that I love to do. So, but with that being said, we are working on the Alexander Jackson trial, and we are still on day one because, like I've said in the previous ones, we are breaking it down into sections because this is an 8-hour day and nobody wants to sit through an 8-hour day. Well, I don't. So I'm breaking it up into snidbits, like I normally do for trials, unless it is live, which I have yet to do a live stream, which maybe would help get my viewers up and my subscriptions and all of that up. But I'm a bit nervous to try to do a live stream, to be quite honest. So there's that. So Alexander Jackson, he is being charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder in the unaliving of his mom, dad, and younger sister. He claims didn't do nothing. He claims an intruder did it, and he was shot in the foot in the process of said intruder. And he didn't do it. So, we have watched opening statements. We have watched a couple neighbors testify. And now we are going to get into some other things. I don't know. Haven't seen it. Haven't watched it. Don't know what we're getting into. But we're going to get into it together. So, with that being said, I also want to remind everyone that I am not a lawyer. I have no legal expertise in any of these things. I just merely sit and comment on the things. Last video, which I also did in the, which trial was that? Oh, the Chandler Holderson trial. I looked at the house that it all happened in because I wanted to get the feel for the layout of the house that they kept talking about. I did it for the George Zimmerman trial too, because they kept talking about the layout of the condos and things. So, and the Courtney Clenny. I did it for them too. And so I did it for this one too. And they've got pictures because I'm assuming that the house went into foreclosure. The bank took it back and then sold it. I can't see how it did anything else. But it recently resold last year, I think is what it said. 2022, June 2022. So, yeah, I looked at that last video. I didn't pull anything up on screen, but I did look at it. And I'm not sure in what rooms all of it happened in just yet. I think they said it in opening statements, but I'm not 100% sure that I was even for real listening. Prosecution's opening statement was a bit weak. Sorry if that was loud. Probably was. But prosecution's opening statement was a bit weak. Defense was pretty sassy. So that was cool. I encourage you to go back and watch it because, that's what we're here for, to watch it. Go back and watch my coverage of it because it's cool. I like it. I like to hear myself talk, hence why I'm here, Okay. Anyway. Okay. So I did that. Okay. And yes, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think in the comment section below and all of that. Okay? Okay. Let's get into it. They went on their break after the first few witnesses, and I'm pretty sure, okay, this is how you know I'm not a lawyer, because I don't really know the play here. I don't really know what they were going for with these witnesses. I would have assuming that they were going for, their Nest camera, because they brought up that with the first witnesses. They were the neighbors and their Nest camera. Did they catch anything on the Nest camera? Anything of importance? And then admit the Nest camera footage that says there was no indication that an intruder came out of the house or yada, yada, yada. Okay. I don't know. They admitted something. Again, maybe I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. But then, so I think what they were doing was getting a feel for the neighbors and suggesting that there wasn't any strife in the home that they saw as neighbors, and that there wasn't any funky activity the day of. So I think that's where they were going with that. I don't know. Again, that's why I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. So you let me know. What do you think? So, okay. We go.
Okay, we are back on the record. We have our jurors, counsel, Mr. Jackson, all present. Mr. Scheer, is the state prepared to call its next witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. The state would call Officer Curtis Buckles to the stand.
All right.
Officer Buckles.
Good morning, Mr. Buckles. Let's go ahead and have a seat over there, sir.
Officer Buckles. I like this, Judge.
That microphone is on. We'd ask that you use it. It can be adjusted. Mr. Buckles, I'm going to go ahead and swear you in. If you please raise your right hand. Sir, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you'll be giving today will be the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And for the record, can you please provide us with your first and last name and spell them both, please?
Kurt, C-U-R-T, Buckles, B-U-C-K-L-E-S.
All right, Mr. Scheer.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Officer Buckles.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good.
Officer Buckles, can you briefly tell us what your current position is with the Cedar Rapids Police Department?
I am
Oh, and
currently
it's
assigned
the
to
young
the K9 unit,
prosecutor.
so my duties are
He's been the one doing all of
and
the
I have
direct.
the explosive detection dual
I don't know if there's anybody
And
else
I'm gonna
that's
have you
doing
to
any
kind
of
speak
these,
up a little bit louder so we can all hear you, okay?
Okay.
but
When
ugh.
did you become employed with the City of Cedar Rapids Police Department?
I was hired by Cedar Rapids Police Department in June of 2005.
Can you just please give us a brief history of your training and education in order to be a certified peace officer?
After graduating high school, I attended Kirkwood
Like he's
Community
reading
College
from a script.
in 2001 to 2003, where I graduated with my associate's degree in criminal justice. I then went on to the University of Northern Iowa and obtained my
Hey,
master's
CJ
degree in
Major.
criminology and graduated from there in 2005.
And are you a certified law enforcement officer throughout the state of Iowa?
Yes, upon being hired by the Cedar Rapids Police Department in June of 2005, I attended the Law Enforcement Academy through the Cedar Rapids Police Department.
And you are currently a K9 officer assigned with the partner Corsa. Could you spell her name, please?
Korsa.
How long have you been assigned with Corsa?
It's got a
I
puppy.
got Corsa in May of 2019.
Prior to being a K9 officer assigned with Corsa, what was your previous position?
When I graduated from the academy, I was a patrol officer. And in March of 2009, I applied for an opening in the K9 unit. At that time, I was selected to be a member of the K9 unit. And I was partnered with a dual purpose narcotic detection dog named Narco. And I worked Narco for 10 years on the street. And I retired him at the end of April of 2019
Aww.
due to age. And that is when I got K9 Corsa as my new partner and was trained with her to be an explosive detection dual purpose dog.
So in all, how long have you been a K9 officer?
Almost 14 years.
Norco.
And just
How
as a
original.
certified K9 officer, can you just briefly describe to me what are your duties and responsibilities?
Are you asking as in like an everyday on the street type thing?
Let's first go with it as an everyday on the street type of thing.
As I stated earlier, is I am still a patrol officer on the street. I handle calls for service with other officers, but I take on the extra responsibilities and the duties with the K9 of responding to any kind of calls for service that the K9 could be used. For the explosive detection side of Corsa, if there's ever a call for service where there's a suspicious item, a suspicious package, something where an explosive detection dog would need to be used, say there's a call where somebody states that there's an explosive somewhere, but we don't know where, I would respond with Corsa and use Corsa to search and try to locate any possible devices.
Corsa with a K.
And I work with the
Like a
bomb
Kardashian.
squad on those types of calls where they respond to do anything like whether they have to x-ray the picture of the item to determine what it could be. But I work with them so that Corsa can be used to deploy out using her nose to sniff and find the explosive device or determine
You
if
just
we have a
use her
suspicious
for
item,
her
whether it could be an
nose.
explosive device by detecting the odors that she's trained on. For the patrol aspect of Corsa's job is anytime that there could be, say, a business or a residence, say that there was a burglary, Corsa can be used to search that house or building to potentially locate any intruders that are inside of that building or residence. She's also used for area searches. If we have somebody out in an open area that we are searching for that has possibly committed a crime, we would use the dog to search that area with her being out ahead of officers for safety reasons.
Oh no.
And she's also trained in tracking of
No.
locating individuals leaving a possible crime scene.
And you said quite a bit there, Officer Buckles. I'm going to come back later on to kind of break some of that apart, okay?
Okay.
But just in general, also, what type of certification does Corsa and yourself have?
Upon going through a training course with Corsa, at that time was NAPWADA, and once we trained through that school,
Nap water.
I had to meet with a trainer from the NAPWADA program. And they have certain set standards in various explosive detection venues that Corsa has to complete and has to pass their standards for locating the odors in those venues. And then on the patrol side of it, she has to be able to
Corsa
do a
gets
building search,
testified.
a track, bite work, and various things. And they have standards for each category. And I have to run through scenarios of those categories that they set up, and I have to be able to complete the various things that they are looking for, the requirements in each of those venues.
And we'll talk about those requirements in detail a little bit later on, but have you passed each one of these standards that are required in order for you to be NAPWA certified?
Yes, I passed the NAPWADA certifications in July of 19. That is when I completed the K-9 school with Corsa. I also completed those standards again in fall of 2019 so that I was on the same rotating schedule of certification with the rest of our K-9 unit in our department. 2020 was waived because of COVID. And then once again in 2021, I certified.
Because of Coven.
And what about currently? What about 2022?
Yes, 2022, I certified in the fall also.
And when will you test to be certified in 2023?
In the fall. I don't have an exact date, but we try to line it up in the area of September and October.
Can you tell me what NAPWA stands for?
National Police Working Dog Association.
With regards to being certified by NAPWA, do they actually go through scenarios and events, or do they just kind of give you a rubber stamp certification?
They have to set up scenarios for each event. And then you are, whether it's on the explosive detection side of it, I have to do a scenario where there's multiple vehicles. Of course, I have to sniff all the vehicles. Some vehicles have hides on them, some vehicles don't. I have to be able to go through, and she has to indicate on the vehicles that have odors without missing. And I have to tell the judge that what vehicles have explosive odors on them, and call my indication on those vehicles. Then we have a tracking where they have a track that's laid for that sits for an approximate certain amount of time, and then I have to bring Corsa up. They give me a general starting area, and I have to deploy Corsa with her tracking commands and have her locate that track, and I have to track with Corsa to the completion of the end of the track. We also have a building search where Corsa and myself have to enter into a building. She has to be deployed out to find what we would classify as a decoy, would be a person hiding in the building. And she has to give me an indication and alert to me where that
I
decoy
want
is
to meet
hiding.
Corsa.
Once again, we talked a lot about that. We're probably going to break some of that down a little bit later on.
Oh, goody. Then why didn't you do that now?
Recognized by any other agency, or do they do training for anybody else? Or just explain to me how big NAPWA is.
So how we got started with NAPWADA was we were
NAPWADA.
Before NAPWADA, we trained and certified through American Working Dog, which was out of Indiana. Financially, the department was looking at, instead of sending 7 of us canine handlers down to Indiana every year to certify, would it be more cost effective to go to a program that we could bring somebody in-house to certify us. At that time, we started looking around. We started looking at the different programs that are out there. There are a lot of them. We like the standards in NAPWADA. We talked to different people in the, I guess you'd call it the canine world, that from other agencies that had good things to say about NAPWADA. At that time, Sergeant Chris Bieber was in charge of our canine unit. Himself and 2 of our canine officers went down to a NAPWADA certification conference, and those 2 handlers competed in all the certification courses at that conference to test the program out, to see what we thought of it. They liked what they saw and how they felt about the program and the way that they ran things, and it's just the good credibility of this program. Therefore, we decided to switch over to NAPWADA. And at that point in time, when we did, we then brought certified instructors / judges through NAPWADA here, and then those judges would set up the different venues for us to run our dogs through.
Who are the officers that you sent from your Cedar Rapids Police Department agency to be certified by them to be trainers?
Let me correct you. They're 2 certified to be trainers, is what you're asking?
Yes, and maybe I poorly phrased that, but I thought you said that there was 2 officers sent to review the program to see if it was something that you could do in-house training.
Correct. So let me clarify that. They didn't go down there to be certified judges. They went down there to to run their dogs through the venues that they have per certification. So officers, if I recall right, was Officer Sean Hall and Officer Amy Schumann. They both have narcotic detection dogs and also patrol dogs. So they did all the venues that were set up for the patrol, the building search, the track, the area search. They also did all the narcotic events. And then they had their opinion on what they felt about the program. And then we talked about it as a whole unit and made the decision that we were going to switch to NAPWADA. When we then certified as an entire unit under NAPWADA, we brought in judges that are members through NAPWADA that have nothing to do with our agency.
How many K-9 officers are in your unit?
7.
Has any of the
How many Canadians?
all of our current dogs right now. Take that back. We do have majority of them. We do have some new dogs that certified through a different program out of Tar Heel Canine when they were down there with their dogs doing the canine school.
Has Corsa ever not been certified?
No,
Has Corsa ever had a problem passing the requirements to be certified?
no.
In the binder right in front of you, that white binder, would like you to turn to State's Exhibit number 3. There are 4 documents that are consistent with State's Exhibit number 3. Would you look at those 4 documents? Tell me when you're done looking at them.
Are those courses training certificates?
I'm done.
Do you recognize those 4 documents that are consistent with what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit number 3?
Yes.
And when just looking at those 4 documents, what are those in general?
The first page is a certification for Corsa and myself through the National American Police Working Dog Association.
What is the second page?
The second page is the.
Well, he wasn't done with the first one.
Of November of 2009 for a certification through NAPWADA, which would have been my second certification that year.
And not to, I think you might have misspoken, but Officer Buckles, you said 2009. What's the actual year?
Sorry, 2019.
Thank you, sir. And what about page 3?
That would be a certification through NAPWADA, again for Corsa and myself, for October of 2021.
And how about page 4?
Page 4 is our most recent certification that took place in September of 2022 through National Tactical Police Dog Association.
What's the importance to be having these certifications?
Sorry, can you say that again?
What's the importance to have certifications for you and your dog?
Through K9, you are required to pass certification testing once a year. So these certificates show that's per the organization that has those standards that I was
To make
able to
sure that their sniffers work.
complete those standards with Corsa and pass all the testing that they have through their organization.
What is the point? Can we get to the point already?
The standards in order to be certified, what would happen?
Then she wouldn't work.
As in working on the streets.
If I was not able to pass those tests, I would not be able to work her on the street in the areas that she failed, and I would have to go back and try to recertify at a different time.
And so specifically areas that she has passed in is tracking and explosives.
And building search and bite work.
And when looking at
So
state
she's
exhibits
passed
3,
all of her
which is
things
page
and she
1
can work in all of those areas.
of that exhibit, are those fair and accurate copies of your certifications?
Yes, they are.
Have they been altered?
He
or
already
changed
said
in
that.
any way?
No.
Not to my recollection.
Thank you. Your Honor, I would ask that states exhibits 3,
Recollection.
4, pages 1 through 4 be omitted.
Recollection.
You may. I thought you had a 7.
Thought you had a 7.
No objection. All right, then, State's Exhibit 3 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Like I said, Officer Buckles, I'm going to go back and talk a little bit more about these later on, but let's now move forward to June 15th of 2021.
Oh, goody.
Recall this date?
Yes, I do.
Were you working on this date?
Yes, I was.
And what capacity were you working at?
Was Corsa working
As a
on this
patrol
date?
officer with my canine partner, Corsa.
What
Aw.
shifts or what time
My
was
cannon partner.
I began at 7 o'clock in the morning.
and what time did you shift in normally?
4.
At 2:12
2:12 p.m.
p.m.
Do you remember what the weather was like back on June 15th of 2021?
It was a summer morning, and it was obviously warm, being the time of year, but I don't recall it being overly hot. I mean, it was early in the morning.
Do you know if it was raining?
I do not recall it raining at all during that dates of June 15th.
Almost just like a typical hot summer Iowa day.
Correct.
On that date, around 8 a.m., were you dispatched anywhere?
Yes, at approximately 8:23 hours on that date, I was dispatched to 4414 Oakleaf Court Northeast.
Why were you dispatched to this location?
Well, I was on a call for service at that time, and I heard radio traffic go out that their dispatch was sending officers to this location for a subject that had been shot.
And did you receive information that an individual had contacted 911 about being shot?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I would like to omit and publish for the jury State's Exhibit Number 1, which is the 911 call that was made by the defendant on June
Oh,
13th.
goody! We get to hear
There's two
something.
calls labeled 1A and 1B.
Any objection? All right, then State's Exhibit 1, yes, or 1A and 1B, is or are admitted.
Thank you. And Your Honor, just to give an idea of time frames, the total time with these two calls combined is about 15 minutes.
Well, damn.
Want me to-
We're ready for the system to be ready so we can
All right.
publish.
Okay.
And for the record purpose, the first call that we are playing is State's Exhibit 1, call labeled 1A.
One County Sheriff's Emergency Emergency. Someone broke into our house. Our address is 4414 Oak Leaf Court, Northeast. I was shot. My other family member's been shot. I need help immediately. Okay, I'm getting Cedar Rapids on the line here. I've been shot in the foot. Okay, sorry, sir, stay on the line. Be answering. Give them the address right away.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
4414 Oak Leaf Court, Northeast.
Okay, what's going on?
There's someone broke in.
Okay.
I've been shot.
You've been shot?
My dad's been shot.
Okay, hold on just a second. Are they still there?
No, they left.
They left. Did they come inside the house?
Yeah,
Okay, where were you shot at?
downstairs.
No, on your body. On your body.
No,
Where have you been shot?
downstairs.
I'm sorry, where? In your
Left
foot? Okay, how old are you?
20?
How old are you?
20.
20. Okay. I've got help coming. Just stay on the line with me, okay? Do you know who it was that broke in?
What was that?
Do you know who broke in?
No.
Okay. Did you get a look at them?
No.
Could you tell if it was a man or a woman?
Man.
A man? Could you tell if they were white, black, Hispanic? That's okay if you don't know. Just stay on the line with me, okay? What's your first name?
I'm Alex.
Alex, does that help come in, okay? Just stay on the line with me and don't hang up, okay? The number I have is
I think I spooked him off.
You think what?
I'm wrong.
You're doing just fine, Alex. Just stay on the line with me. What do you think happened?
I don't know.
Okay. Is it just your foot?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's funny.
Okay. Do you have a dry clean cloth or towel you can put on there? Control the bleeding?
I tried to put a belt on my leg, but it broke.
You tried to do a tourniquet and it broke?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a cloth or a towel, a shirt, anything that's clean and dry?
I can go get one.
Okay. If you can get one, just keep me on the phone. Okay? Anything will do. Just something that's clean and dry so we can control the bleeding. Do you know how they got in the house?
The back door, I think.
The back door?
It's
Back
open.
to music.
Okay.
I'm not an expert.
No, that's all right, Alex. I just didn't know what you saw and what you didn't, okay? We got them coming, and they're
Not
coming
an
like some
expert.
sirens. I've got an ambulance coming for you.
He has enough sense to be a smartass.
You're doing great, Alex. You're doing good. Is anybody else home with you?
My sister,
Your sister? Where's she at?
her bedroom.
In her bedroom? Is up. Okay. She should be in her bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. What's your sister's name? Sabrina?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Alex. I just want to make sure that we know who's supposed to be in that house, okay?
Yeah.
Just you and your sister for now, right?
Oh,
Did you find anything dry? Anything clean that we can put on the foot?
I'm trying to put cloth on.
Okay. Just put pressure on where it's bleeding, okay? As much as you can stand. Don't lift it up to look, okay? That's how we're going to control the bleeding.
Okay.
Okay. This person that you saw in your house, did they leave out the back door?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's the time delay? How long ago was this?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you remember
Some time
anything?
ago, I
Okay.
just got my phone.
Okay. Do you think it was like an hour ago or like 5 minutes ago? You don't know? 10 minutes ago?
Maybe?
Okay, that's all right. I understand. You're in some. Okay.
Ugh.
Hold on.
Read that. Ugh.
This is so much fun.
Your Honor, now for record purposes, the state would play on State's Exhibit 1, the second 911 call, which is labeled 1B. Go ahead.
Hello?
Alex, yep, I said I'm coming. I'm just talking on the radio too, okay?
Okay.
Do you remember what color shirt or what color hair this guy had? Anything about him?
Black?
You think it was a black male or a black shirt?
Both?
Okay.
Ooh.
And was it a long gun or was it a short gun, like a handgun?
A long gun.
It was a long gun? Like a rifle style?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. He says he's a.
Ugh.
Okay, I've got him coming right there on Oak Leaf Court, so they're almost there. Okay, where are you in the house, Alex?
Downstairs.
You're in the lower level? Okay.
My room.
In your room? Okay.
Oh.
Are you able to meet them at the back door? Are you able to walk? If not, just stay in your room.
I'm in my room.
Okay, Alex? Is that back door still wide open?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell him to come in that back door, okay? Okay, hold on just a second. Just you and your sister in the house, right?
Yeah.
No parents or grandparents, animals?
My mom's here too.
Your mom is there too?
Yeah.
Okay, so you, your sister, and your mom?
Yeah.
Okay,
My dad's here, but
4414. Do you have a house number? Do you have like a phone line?
1414.
No, like a house, like a
It's like on the
landline.
corner.
Do you have like, does mom have a cell phone or sister, or do you guys have a house like phone, like a landline? Or do you,
Yeah.
do you have a landline? Do you know the house phone number?
892 4025.
892-4025?
I think so.
Okay, that's what you think it is?
I can't remember now, so. Oh,
All right, Alex. Do you know if mom and sister are safe? Did the guy go upstairs?
well, I don't see them.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure that, have you seen your mom? Or you hear it ringing?
Yeah.
The house number's ringing?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's us calling. We're trying to get a hold of sister or mom, just to make sure they're safe. I've got officers all around the house. I just want to make sure that I keep you on the line, okay? Nobody's answering that house phone. Are you sure anybody's home?
They should be.
Okay. Does your sister have a cell phone?
Yeah.
Do you know her number by heart? Do you know that?
No.
Okay.
Ooh.
You're doing good, Alex. Alex, do you have any weapons downstairs? Any guns, knives, anything like that?
No, but there's a
No.
gun on the floor.
There is. That's not yours?
It's ours, but we got shot by it.
So he took your gun and shot you?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on just a second. Let me make sure. I tell my officers this. Hold on.
Ah.
Very last.
He
house
sounds
on the left,
annoyed,
on the
like
right?
they're not
That's your
helping
first
him
house.
fast enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you?
Did you hear that though? He said we got shot by it.
Oh. That's the doorbell you're wondering.
Okay, they're coming into your backyard. Okay.
Oh. Oh.
I wonder if he shot himself in the butt but didn't think it would bleed like that. Or hurt like that.
I can hear it.
Oh.
Okay, I've got officers in the back and the front. They're just trying to get mom and sister to come to the door if they're there. Okay, that's why they're ringing your doorbell.
Okay.
Okay, is your driveway, does that come out on Scarlet Oak?
Sir?
Do you know? Because the house that they're at, which I think I can hear your doorbell, the driveway's on Scarlet Oak, but you have an Oak.
Sorry,
address. Yeah. Okay. Yep. You're right.
Oh. Yeah. That's a lot of blood.
Could sister and mom be gone? Do you think?
That's what I said. That's a lot of wood.
Okay. Okay, I've got officers coming to that back door. You're still in your bedroom?
Yeah. I'm in the hallway.
Do you think you know who did this to you?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Alex, do you still have that cloth on your foot?
I'm putting pressure on it.
Okay, good. Good job.
I'm down here. In the hallway.
Let me know when they're right with you.
They're coming in now.
Okay, let me know when they're right there with you, and then we'll disconnect.
Yes.
Alex, are they right there with you?
Where I can see them? Oh, I have my hand on my foot. They're down the hallway.
On scene and one more. Alex, they're right with you?
Officer Buckles, when you arrived on scene, were you equipped with a body camera?
Yes, I was.
And was that working properly?
Yes.
And did your body camera record your interactions when you arrived on scene to when you made contact with the defendant?
Yes, it did.
Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
Officer Buckles, I'm handing you what's been previously marked as State Exhibit 2. Have you had a chance to review that CD?
I've reviewed my body camera, yes.
And when reviewing the body cam footage, is it a correct and accurate copy of your interactions that were done on June 15th of 2021?
Yes.
And any corrections or changes that have been made you're aware of?
No.
Your Honor, at this time, I would ask to admit State's Exhibit number 2, which is the body cam footage from Officer Chris Buckles.
Any objection? All right, then Exhibit 2 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you wanting to publish this?
That was going to be my next request, Your Honor. Permission to publish the body cam footage.
We get to watch body camera footage.
And Your Honor, for record purposes, we are first looking at State's Exhibit number 2, Buckles body cam 1.
Sorry, I'm still here. I'm just
16
eating. I don't want to
feet
eat on camera.
Just to be clear,
And
are there
be
two
loud.
parts to
There are
Exhibit 2?
two parts, Your Honor.
All right.
State's Exhibit 2 contains Buckles body cam 1 and Buckles body cam number 2.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He's bleeding bad. We need to get into him. Right. There's people in the house. There's no reason to take. Yeah. Let me grab Corsa and I'll just take her with our side.
We're calling that landline now. Nobody's answering. You can push her for sure and maybe mom.
She's so excited.
Okay. We're starting to move up towards the house ground and myself going towards the back. Corsa and then
Why doesn't she get a vest?
This one, right? Well, the thing was there was a court and then a court. Yeah. But it did show the far dead end. But it's the one in the corner. Okay, and this is the very last house at the dead end of the right, correct? Big dog and backward. Okay. 4414. Is that right? 4414. All right, we're on the backside of us. There's a egress and things, so try not to get out on that yet. You say run it, brother. Barbara, go again. I don't see any open doors. Go up and see if this. Yeah, I don't really want to be in front of the window if this is. Yeah. Say, like, hold right here. I'm gonna go long. I'm gonna find that tree. I'm gonna get a look on the backside. I still think so. We're Brown's spinning out to get a look, so we're not walking right in front of these windows. We're wondering if it's not a swatting call. All right. Sarge, you want to come with me since he's covering? So right at the end of this window here is sitting open. So we're gonna have windows either way we go. So I think we're just gonna have to approach. So you want to come up and be my lethal force? We'll go up and see what we can see. But Brown, Sergeant and I are going to approach and try to get to the door and see what we can see from there. Police department! Where are you at? What's that? We got contact with one subject in the house. Talking to him.
My poor pup is thirsty. Very excited.
Can you put your hands out to the side where I can see them? Wait a minute. Is there more than one? There's two, yeah. Okay. This guy looks like he got gunshots to the head. 115. He looks good, man. We got ammo out here. Yep. This all needs to be cleared out, though. We got a door here. Who's this down here? Who are you? That's your dad? What happened? What happened? There was a man. Who shot your dad? Is here? My sister. She's back? Yeah, she's in her room. Is she okay? Is that a room right there?
That's the dad. That's the dad laying there.
Police.
Warning.
Third victim? Yeah. Yeah. All right. 115. We're going to go base 3 ambulances. Barber, come in front of me. Can you come in front of me, Barber? Yeah. Brown, you go help Kaczynski, and then we'll take the upstairs.
What are you doing to her?
Please, Barber! Come over here! Hey, Sarge, come out here. So. Go, Barber, back him up. I'm holding these rooms. Plus, of course, a plus. No! We're clearing the house! This guy's still fired to back up. They're trying to come through the front door. We're clearing this house. Come on up the top stairs. Over here has not been cleared yet. Okay. So. Sea Rapids Police, anyone's inside. Sound off now. Police department.
They don't seem very organized. There's the entertainment center I was telling you about.
Is that going to be the wife? Yep.
Oh my God! Warning!
Doors open in the back.
She got no clothes on.
Doors open.
She got clothes on. Oh
Upstairs.
my God. Long time does not usually show this stuff. BTW. Oh my God, I didn't even show this.
We got him. Is anybody down tending to him? He's over by Dad now in the firearm. No. Hey, stop moving! Yeah. Okay, him with an ambulance.
There's not a third floor.
There's nothing more further? Not that I know of. This is all clear back here?
Yeah.
That's all been cleared?
And the basement's been completely cleared, right? Garage is cleared.
Yeah.
We did.
Garage, yep. Whatever was broke up in the basement, we'll call that.
Was mom in here?
Mom's laying right in here.
Where she shot it.
I'm guessing the head because there's blood on the pillow.
Where's the sister? Did you find the sister? Did you clear that side of the house?
I believe so. We just said 3 are DOA, 1 is injured.
I think let's take him out back.
Yep. I'm going to go out the front door with Corsa, put her away.
Yeah, and then just have fire in area come around back.
Go to the back. They're bringing one subject out the back door who's injured. One guy. We got one patient. We got one
Patient 4 and Adam 39.
Okay. Don't go in the front yet. You're gonna want just meet them down the back door.
He's not even huffing or puffing at all. He hadn't even finished his coffee yet. Canine stuff. We'll leave the air on for her. I hope she got water back there. She seems very, very thirsty. Officer Buckles, you seem very eager. I wonder if it changes like that because the sun is like.
I did all down there real quick, but we didn't have anything in there. Nothing on here I'm supposed to have. Okay, we just want to make sure everybody's safe. There's a possibility that I can't hear anybody. Okay, Alex, what's your date of birth? Okay. Oh, 2000. 2000. Okay. Make it 28 even? 20, right? Yeah. Okay. All right.
What hospital are you going to?
You prefer? Or I don't care.
What?
His mom usually picks that. He doesn't know. Mommy would normally pick that out.
20-year-old son that was shot in the foot is being transported by area to St. Louis right now.
Morning.
Three obvious, and then the 20-year-old is injured to the foot, I believe.
That must be his room. Jesus. Lord have mercy. That is a whole person. That's not TV. That is real. Oh my gosh.
We got some shell casings right here. Okay. We have
And you're just walking around. Like just nonchalant, just walking around. It's a fucking crime scene. I really don't think you're supposed to be doing that. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we boring you?
We saw a lot of things in that 16-minute video I want to kind of go over and talk to you about, okay?
Okay.
So when you arrived on scene, there appeared to be other officers present. Who were those officers?
Recall being the second officer on scene. Officer Brown was first on scene, and that's who I made contact with first at our SWAT cars and started talking. Officer Barber showed up, and then that's when we started to approach the residents, Officer Brown and myself, along with Canine Corsa. We went towards the back of the residences to try to get more of a tactical advantage to try to get a view of the residence that we believe was in question for this call. And Officer Barber was going to go to the front of the residence. And then, as you can see in the video, Officer Brown and myself, once we get up to the point of the residence in question, we stood by trying to come up with a plan. Obviously, with the information that we had, we didn't know exactly what was going on with this call. And officer safety comes into a big play in a call like this. And so I held my point there, and then Sergeant Hansen showed up and came to my point. And then later in the video, you can see that Officer Kaczynski had arrived, and he is in the residence with us also.
Is that Officer Justin Kaczynski?
Yes.
And Sergeant Phil Hansen?
Yes.
And Officer Corey Barber?
Yes.
And Officer Tim Brown?
Yes.
So those were all the officers that were on scene until paramedics arrived,
That I can recall, yes.
as well until firefighters arrived,
Correct.
and not also including Corsa as well.
Correct.
Why did you take Corsa with you?
I took her with me because we didn't know exactly what was taking place. From the information that I recall from the dispatch information, from the time that I heard the call go out to getting there, was that a subject was in the house and had been shot. That somebody had broken into the house, so we didn't know, was the person that supposedly broke into the house still in the residence or not. We didn't know exactly what we had going on, so I brought her with me. That way, once we were up at the situation, she can either be at my side like she was throughout that entire video, or if a situation arose where I needed to deploy her, I could do so.
At any time when you first brought Corsa with you into the house, were you doing any of her official duties such as searching or tracking?
No.
She seemed, to a layperson, very excited, breathing very heavy. Any concerns about that?
No, she's a working dog. She's a Belgian Malinois. They're known for having high drive. They love to work. You know, I started my shift at 7 o'clock in the morning, and this is, you know, approximately 8:23. It's, you know, she's just getting out the car to do something that she enjoys doing, which is working, and she's excited. Also, you know, when she's at my side, due to her height when she's standing or sitting, and the location of the body camera that's mounted on my exterior bulletproof vest, the camera is right by her. So therefore, these cameras pick up sound very well. So it does make her breathing sound very, very loud because that camera is right very close to her head.
And as you and other officers approached the house,
Yeah, very
limited
high energy
what was your
dogs.
initial thoughts of what was going on?
Well, at first, when I met with Officer Brown, you know, he had said that, you know, recently he had a swatting call up in that area of where this incident took place. We do get swatting calls, fake calls that come in, and it'll usually be a call that something major has happened, but then it's just a false call. So therefore, we
I
had.
don't mean to interrupt you, but just to kind of clarify though, you've never had, or no officers have any issues or calls with regards to this home before though?
No, never before to this house.
So I just want to clarify this, what I'm talking about, and I know that there was conversations about this, like swatting calls somewhere else in the area. I'm just saying, what, as you were approaching, observations are you made that you processed when you're approaching this house and what to do?
Yep. So obviously with just the unknowns of what's going on, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if this incident has happened, we do have a subject who's on the line with dispatch stating that he's in the house and that he's injured. We need to get to him as soon as possible to render medical aid to him. However, we need to do it in a officer safety manner so that it's safe for us because of the unknown circumstances. Just, I mean, arriving to that neighborhood, there's not a lot that goes on in that neighborhood. It's a very quiet, very nice neighborhood. So to have a call like this in that neighborhood just is a little different. So then you have to, you know, be careful with your approaches to these situations to make sure that you keep officer safety in mind. So just working up to the residents, making sure that we had the house, you know, in question, we were making sure we had the right house, and then just trying to get to the point of the individual who was on the phone to, like I stated earlier, to render aid, but make it safe for officers.
Going back, when you first arrived in the neighborhood, what street did you take to turn into?
42nd Street.
And what street did you turn on to go down towards the residence?
That would be Oakleaf Court.
When you were arriving into the neighborhood or making your way to the location, did you see anybody running from the direction you were going?
No.
Did you see anybody out and about that appeared to be suspicious?
No, from what I recall, I don't recall seeing people. It was just very quiet.
See anybody wearing dark clothing with a face mask?
No.
See anybody wearing green shoes?
No.
And then as you and officers approached the house, again, did you see anybody out and about besides officers?
No.
See anybody running away from the house?
No.
See anybody making any noise in the woods behind the house?
No.
See anything that would indicate there was anyone close by or near that home as you're approaching it?
No.
So you and officers safely approach the house. Why not just let Corsa go into the house?
Corsa is trained to search structures, whether it's a building or a residence. However, she is trained to detect human odor. And when she searches a structure, once she locates human odor, she does one of two things. If I deployed her in the situation, it would be for somebody who is not supposed to be in the residence or the building. Therefore, she would bite and apprehend the individual and hold on to them to keep them from fleeing further. Also to allow officers and myself to know exactly where this person is at so that we can approach safely. Or she will give me an indication if she detects a person in the residence and their odor, but she cannot get to their actual person. In this situation, with the information that we had of a subject on the phone with dispatch stating that he was in the house, that he had been shot, I did not want to deploy my dog into that house to search because of knowing that we had an injured individual in the house who was stating that he was the victim of being shot.
What, just hypothetically, what would you say if someone said that humans don't leave odors and dogs can't smell human odor? What have you learned or been trained about that?
Through my approximately 14 years of being a canine handler, I've been through training schools, been to training seminars. Humans do leave odors. That's how the dogs locate people. Besides tracking of disturbed vegetation and human odor, the dogs smell human odor when they do a building search or a residence search. That's how they find the person, is they go off of the odor. They're also, maybe we're outside and there's a subject hiding. Maybe we don't know exactly where they ran, but they're out hiding in an area. We will use the dogs to use the wind direction to smell for that human odor. And the dog will work, once they come across human odor, they will work what's called a scent cone, and they will use that scent cone working back and forth till they can work in and pinpoint where that human odor is exactly coming from.
What if just in a hypothetical, people say that dogs track the disturbance of the ground or the vegetation, it's not the actual odor left? Would you agree with that?
Can you state that again?
What if it's like said in a hypothetical that dogs are not able to actually track a human odor, but it's instead tracking the disturbance of the ground or the vegetation? Do you agree that that's correct, or that you actually can track the human odor?
When it comes to tracking, the dog is tracking disturbed vegetation, but human odor can also be mixed into that odor that the person is leaving behind, where the dog is still smelling that human odor. And as they are tracking along on the disturbed vegetation, say a person crosses cement, you're still leaving human odor. Human odor could blow up against like a building, right as on.
See, where was that? What did I hear? Oh, she said that. She said dogs can't smell things on cement.
Possible odor being left behind by the individual. When the dog is following that track and say the individual has stopped and is sitting, that odor gets stronger while they're sitting in that area. So therefore, the dog, as they're tracking, they get closer and they start to recognize the odor that they have from that track is now getting stronger. They're getting closer to the person. The dog, and every dog is different. Corsa, the way she is she's nose down, buried to the ground when she's tracking. When she's tracking along, if she starts to raise her nose up in the air and she kind of sniffing and moving her head back and forth, I can tell that she's giving me what's called a proximity alert. And she's letting me know that she is now getting close to a very strong odor of the odor that she has been tracking. Same thing that she gives me when she's doing an area search for a person outside. And at that point, it lets me know that we are getting close to a person that is possibly hiding ahead of us.
Aaron, may I approach? You may.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's not quite noon, but 4 or 5 minutes till, but been informed that this is a good time for us to break. So we will take our lunch recess. I'd ask that you be back ready to go.
We will take our lunch recess. Yes, we will. And that is a good place for us to stop, because he did say, and the lady said, they said, you can't smell, dogs can't smell in car. Dogs smell everything. What do you mean? Dogs have the best sniffers in the world. That's silly. That was one thing about her thing. I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know about all this. Okay, sorry. I'm distracted. Okay. Well, so that was that. And we talked a lot about the canine and this and that and the third. And we'll get into more on the next one. And that was fun. Oh, you can see the little, yeah. Oh, she's sneaky. She's a sneaky snake. So on the next one, we'll get into more on Officer Buckles and get into some cross-examination on that one. And I wonder if they're going to talk about how well the dog sniffs on concrete. I don't know about you guys, but if you guys have doggies, your doggies sniff. And they sniff a lot. And they can smell. They can smell anything. And especially if they're trained to sniff out things, I feel like they can sniff on concrete. So I don't know what the hell she was saying. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. And make sure and like and subscribe and all of the little doohickeys down here. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay? Okay. I shall see you on the next one. Deuces. Never mind the nail. I can't keep it on. Just ignore it. Okay? I've ignored it. You can ignore it. Ignore it. Okay, later, bye.